right, I believe we are ready to go there. Welcome to our Power Up today. It's Tuesday and August the 8th. Hope this Power Up does find you well. Trust that you've had a great start to your week and look forward to another day here in northern Michigan or wherever it is that you are watching from, and hope that you have a great day. Let's do this. If you're just now jumping on, I would encourage you to hit that share button if you're just now getting on, so that others can be a part of this Power Up. And then also, we are coming down to the end here of 1 Corinthians, and we've got just a couple days left. We'll see kind of how this plays out. It looks like a couple days left here in 1 Corinthians. And so if you've got a suggestion of where you would like to go next, be sure and comment and put that in the comment section so that we know where you would like to go. And we'll see, maybe your choice will be chosen. You never know. But anyway, we're in 1 Corinthians chapter 16 today. Go ahead and join me there. And hope that you are ready to roll. 1 Corinthians chapter 16. Once again, hit that share button. We're in verse number 5, 1 Corinthians 16 and verse number 5. Let's see what the Word of God has for us today. As Paul closes out this chapter, really closes out the book, we should say, with chapter number 16. Let's see what we've got here. It says, "Now I will come unto you when I shall pass through Macedonia, for I do pass through Macedonia, and it may be that I will abide, yea, and winter with you, that ye may bring me on my journey whithersoever I go." So Paul just kind of giving, all right, here's kind of the plan. Got to pass through Macedonia, may spend the winter with you so that you can bring me on my journey. Or what he's saying here, or send me, prepare me for my journey here whithersoever I go. "For I will not see you now by the way, but I trust to tarry a while with you if the Lord permit." And Paul really kind of setting the standard, or setting the tone, say, hey, here's my desire. I want to stay with you if the Lord allows it, if the Lord permits me. Verse number 8, kind of the same thing, "But I will tarry at Ephesus until Pentecost." He says, okay, I'm going to be here at Ephesus. My desire is to be with you. I desire to spend some time with you if the Lord permits, and if that is his will. Now you look at verse number 9 here, and we kind of see really the reason why he desires to maybe stay a little longer at some of these places. He says, "For a great door and effectual is open unto me." He's got this great opportunity to go to preach the gospel. He says, and there are, verse number 9, and there are many adversaries. Okay, think about it. Paul says, hey, there's this door that's open, and for me to go through, for me to minister, man, I desire to stay with you. I desire to stay here, man. There's an effectual door, man. It's a great opportunity, and there are many adversaries. Here's a reality that we all experience in this life. There are adversaries to your relationship with Jesus Christ. Man, I think probably many watching this Power Up, and maybe those who might watch the recorded version and all that, man, you have a desire, maybe all of you have a desire to fulfill God's will in your life. I hope that's your desire. Now, think about it. If that's your desire, does that mean, man, there's an open door. Man, I want to do great things for God. I want to minister this way. I believe God's called me to this. I believe God has this for me. God's gifted me uniquely in this way. Man, there's a tremendous opportunity. Let me tell you, there's going to be many adversaries. Following the Lord's will does not always mean there won't be adversaries. In fact, oftentimes, when fulfilling God's will for your life, oftentimes there are many adversaries who hates Who hates the fact that you want God to fulfill His will in your life, that you want to follow God's will? Who hates that? Well, the Satan does. He hates that, and he wants to do everything that he can to discourage. He wants to do everything that he can to get you off that path. That's what Satan desires to do. Often another adversary that we might have as well is our flesh. Our flesh sometimes is an adversary. Let me give you an example. Here it is. Getting up in the morning and spending time with the Lord is difficult sometimes. Why? Because our flesh is tired, our flesh is weak, and you know what? Our pillows are super nice, and it is. Let's just face it. Here's kind of how I sleep. And I love sleeping with the windows open, letting that cool air in. And you know what? I love letting the cool air in because then underneath the covers, it feels so good. But you know what? In the mornings. Underneath those covers still feels pretty good with the coolness of the room there, and sometimes I just want to stay in bed. But you know what? Got to get up. Got to get after it. Got to do what God wants us to do. Spend time with Him. You know what? I'm telling you this, man. Sometimes it would be easier to just stay home rather than come to church, to get ready for church, to get up, all that. Man, it'd be easier. And so sometimes the flesh is an adversary. It's something that we need to overcome. The Apostle Paul said it, that he keeps his body under subjection. Okay? Because his body, he's got to keep his body in check so that he can fulfill God's will for his life. So Satan is an adversary. Our flesh is an adversary. I would say that the world is an adversary. It's becoming increasingly more of an adversary, even here in the United States, as man, we desire to live for the Lord, but man, our world does not want that, does not want us living for Jesus Christ. I saw this little video yesterday. There was this guy, he threw this question out to an individual. I think it was a lady or a woman. And he says, hey, is it okay for kids to transition? And she's like, yes. And then he finished his statement to Christianity. And she says, no. That's becoming more prevalent in our world today, to where Christianity is frowned upon. Having a good moral lifestyle is frowned upon. There was an individual, I can't remember exactly what he said. You can go back and check it out maybe. There was a young man arrested, I believe, last week in Watertown, Wisconsin. There was a drag queen reading hour out in the public, and this young man decided to read the scriptures out loud. And he had a megaphone reading the scriptures while this drag queen reading hour was going on. And the police came, pulled the microphone out of his hand, handcuffed him, took him to jail. And he was giving, I don't know if he was giving a press conference or what, but he was speaking to some individuals, and he says, what is so wrong with Christianity and living by the Bible, and having good moral values? Those of the drag queen persuasion and LGBTQ plus, lacking biblical values and having biblical morals. And we see that becoming the lack of morals becoming more accepted in our society today. And so when it comes to living for the Lord, man, Paul says about this effectual door being opened, but he says, man, there's many adversaries. And you know what? Satan, as we said, is an adversary. Our flesh is an adversary. The world is an adversary. Our lust is an adversary. And sometimes, man, fulfilling God's will in your life is not popular. Let me ask you a question, though. Does that mean we quit? Does that mean we stop? No, we must continue. We must keep going. Now, as we get older, our bodies change, become a little more frail. Maybe we deal with disease or sickness and all of that. As that happens, sometimes our perceived effectiveness changes, and our ministry changes because our abilities might diminish, and so on, because of our ability to do some things is no longer there. And so we've got to, we don't retire from the ministry, we simply retread, and we repurpose ourselves. And so, man, as we get to those spots in life, man, there is some repurposing that needs to go on. Not some retiring, not some quitting, but some repurposing. Paul says, for a great door and effectual is open unto me, and there are many adversaries. Galatians chapter 6, we've looked at this on Sunday here, okay? Galatians chapter 6, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. And so let's not be weary. Let's not quit just because times might be a little tough. Let us remain faithful and let us keep going. Okay? We're going to end with that this morning. Thank you so much for being on. Be sure and hit that share button. As I said earlier, we're coming down to the end of 1 Corinthians. And so if you've got a suggestion of where you'd like to go next, be sure to put that in the comment section. And we'll maybe your suggestion will be chosen. But, hey, you've got to put it out there. So comment if you'd like to, what you would like to study next. And we'll see, maybe that will be where we'll go. Okay? Don't forget also, church tomorrow, 6 o'clock, is going to be at Beaver Creek Township Park. We have our Sunday school picnic. So be sure, and we're not meeting here at the church, we're meeting at the park, and we'll have a wonderful time, fellowship, some fun, all that good stuff. And so I hope that you'll be around for that. And it'll be a blessing to you. Just want to celebrate what God is doing in our church and how God is blessing. And even in our Sunday school, want to thank our Sunday school staff and all of that. And so, hey, that's 6 o'clock tomorrow night. And then this Saturday, car wash. We've got to get ready for that car wash Saturday. And so come on out, be a part of that, be a lot of fun. Also, we'll have opportunity to give the gospel out to our community. And so I hope that you'll be a part of that. We do need, okay, some of you might be watching, some of you young people, some of you who are talented, we need some car wash signs made up. And so if that is up your alley, we'd love for you to make some of those signs so that we can get some business in. And so this is kind of a unique opportunity. It gets people on our campus so people can see our campus. We get the gospel out. That's the number one. It gives our young people an opportunity to work and to serve and to minister to others. So it's very teaching moment as well, and also a great time of fellowship. So come on out for that. Hey, it's not just teenagers that can wash cars. We'd love to have you all out there. Sometimes those cars get a little backed up, and man, we want to be sure and get it done in a timely fashion. So hopefully you can be there. All right. Lord bless you all. Have a great day, everybody. Be sure and come. Let's welcome those who have commented live. So sorry, Brian and Cindy. Good morning to you. Thank you for your faithfulness in watching. Dennis and Geraldine, welcome back home. Hope you guys had a great trip. Happy anniversary once again. Good to have you guys back home. Look forward to seeing you at our next scheduled meeting. Charlie and Marcia, good morning to you. You guys have a wonderful day as well. Jean, good morning to you. Have a great day. Ingrid, good morning to you. Thank you for watching. Love you. Have an awesome day. And Cliff and Karen, good morning to you both. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Lord bless you. And we'll touch base again tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.